Happy Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. No London game today. It was nice to sleep in a little bit. Not that I got much sleep. You know I don't sleep. Anywho's, we got Blake in here, Junk Buster in here, Wally in here. What's going on? I saw TB in here. I'm going to try to keep up on the active, inactives, all that kind of stuff. If someone in the chat, Blake or TB or Wally, if you want to just help, if you see something that I'm not catching, because I didn't check, let me know if you see someone's out, someone's in, something like that. I'd appreciate it. We're going to do start sit here. We're going to be getting stuff probably in the next 10 minutes. I saw Matthew Golden's going to play. It doesn't matter for me. Matthew Golden's a bum. But, yeah, Wally, I do this. I did this before, but when the London games are on, like I either had to do it at, 7 a.m., which is hard when I'm on till 3 in the morning or 2 in the morning on Saturday night, or I had that little gap where it gets done. Those London games took forever. So it was like they would get done at 11:40, and it's like I got 20 minutes, not to mention I got to check my 25 lineups. My wife's 11 lineups, so just not worth it there. But I know next week there's another London game. I think there's 2 more. At least it's not London. It's a German game, whatever. European game, which, as Blake knows, that's just called soccer. Or they call it football, the actual football. And also, Wally, those games suck. Like, they were awful. I'm trying to think. Was there a good one? You had the Vikings-Browns. That game's terrible. The game last week, Rams and Jaguars, was terrible. I think the first one was pretty good. There was a couple decent early ones, but they're just not great. Bad products. It's fun and all. I get it. Like, at first, it's fun because, Vikings-Steelers, yeah. At first, it's fun because it's like extra football. But for me, it's just like that just makes Sunday a 16-hour thing with the late night stream. I like 12 to 10:30. That's good for me. Oh, yeah, the Brazil game. Yeah, that's a good one too. That was good last year too. That was the Packers and Eagles. That was the game that Jordan Love tore up his knee. That was like the last kind of a last drive victory there. So anyways, we'll get into this here. I'm going to get my I still call it Roto World. I know it's called something different now. NBC, whatever, fuck that. It's Roto World to me, always will be. I still search it as Roto World if it's not already in my set up on my phone. So, what do we got? I got to get some more coffee in me. A little, yeah. I mean, I think the Friday night games are better for sure. No, I do love those. I do love the prime times. I just don't like the 7 a.m., 8 a.m. fucking early games. I don't know. The NFL likes having games on every day of the week and, every time slot, and smart decision. Now they have games on a million different platforms. Like to actually watch every NFL game, you have to have something like, you have to have Peacock, you have to have Netflix, you have to have Amazon Prime. Luckily I have I'm going to call it a legal cable hookup. It's just a box, an Android box that I get every single channel ever. So luckily I have that. Blaine says, who wins, Bears or Ravens? I mean, the Ravens have to win this game. It's not as important for the Bears. The Bears are 4-2. They're already ahead of schedule. The Ravens will be 1-6 if they lose. So it was a 6.5 point line for the Ravens originally. Now it went down to -1. Now Ravens, I believe, are -2.5. So I'm going to still take the Ravens at home. It's going to be a bloodbath, though. Close game. Yeah, I give me the Ravens. I think it's going to be close, though. I think it's a defensive battle here. Wally, not only that, but the London games are tricky for fantasy and bets. Yeah, for fantasy especially, I usually like to avoid them just because, different field, different time zone, right? Like, I got my jersey blowing. It's cold. It's cold here in Chicago. Well, it's cold in the morning in Chicago. Let me let's see. What do we got here? I'll play a little clip courtesy of Sports Memes. We like this one a lot.
This is what you do when a player gets a concussion on the field. Put him back in the game? You're fined $200,000. Oh. It's Sunday! Let's break some stuff!
Put him back in the game? That's fucking great. Oh, man. So, yeah, give me your start sit questions. I know it's pretty slow in here right now. It's all good. Just hanging out, drinking coffee. Why not talk a little football? Why the hell not? If you're not subscribed to the channel, I know most of you guys are in here because I know everyone in here at this point. What are you doing? If you could double subscribe, just do it. Just do it, baby. Nike. I love this mug. It's not really a Pineapple Express thing. Thug Life. Just a good quote from Pineapple Express. Junk Buster, Bears defense or Jets? It's Bears defense. Joe Flacco's solid, man. I just don't think they're going to put the ball in harm's way with the Jets having literally zero offensive weapons right now. So, and Jets defense is banged up, man. Give me the Bears defense in that game. Now, I don't think the Jets defense are necessarily a bad play because Joe Flacco's a statue back there, and he's prone to throw some interceptions. I would put the Jets as like a top 12 play, and I put the Bears as a top 10 play. Wally offered Kittle and Rico for Bucky. Got rejected. He has Chuba and Mark Andrews. That's a fair trade, man, because Bucky, yes, Bucky, when he's back, right? It looks like Bucky's a, let's say, top 8 running back in PPR. You got the injury questions. He's not coming back till most likely week 10, and there's still no guarantee on that, but I'd say week 10. But week 1 might be a little slow in terms of week 10. His first week back might be a little slow. And George Kittle's a great buy low right now. That offense is only going to get better. And Rico is a playable. I mean, right now he's RB11 on the year in PPR. That's off the back of 2 amazing games when he was a starter. But I think Rico is still like a top, he's a back end RB2 in PPR. I think he's like between 21 and 25, 24. So, yeah, especially if he has Chuba. I don't get that one. That should be accepted. Mahomes or Daniel Jones? It's Patrick Mahomes right now. We're not getting cute with anything. Patrick Mahomes is a must start. What's going on, Turgay? Play 2, Io Manor, Tez, Booty, Malik, Pierce, Washington. What is the scoring, Turgay? I'll assume it's full PPR, but we will say, man, I think Malik Washington needs to be in there. They're going to be throwing a lot. And the nice thing is you have no Darren Waller, right? No Darren Waller. So give me Malik Washington and then Tez. So Tez and Washington. Yeah, I would Pierce is a home run shot, right? I don't mind Pierce, but I want the volume there with Malik, and then I want the upside play there with Tez. Ibuka and McBride for Jacobs. That's too much, Junk. That's too much. Just because if I was getting Ibuka and McBride, I like that, but that's just too much. I feel like Ibuka is close to Jacobs. I prefer Jacobs, but you're just throwing in McBride. Now, if it was Ibuka and, let's say, Jake Ferguson, Ibuka and Dallas Goedert for Jacobs, I'm into that. I can't do McBride's a monster, man. He's slowly coming on. He had a slow start. He's so safe for 6 catches and 50 yards every week, and he's scoring touchdowns now. So, should I roll with 49ers or Bucks defense? I'm rolling with the Bucks defense. Give me the Bucks defense. I know Houston's banged up on offense, and their offensive line sucks, but their wide receivers are banged up. I get that. But 49ers can't generate a pass rush anyway, so that's going to kind of wash out how bad Houston's offensive line is. Give me the Bucks in a hungry situation against Spencer Rattler, he chucks the ball, and he throws picks. He fumbles. I like the Bucks this week. Flex 1, DJ Moore, Pollard, or Woody. I'd say if it's a half PPR, I'd probably go Pollard. But DJ Moore is probably the play. I don't know about Woody. For all we know, like the Chubb thing has been weird because the weeks that you don't think Chubb will do anything, he does, and then vice versa. So, like Chubb was phased out last week. I don't know what the hell that was because that was a game script. The game was pretty close, and there was a lot of goal to go situations and short yardage situations. They were just not using Nick Chubb. So you think it'd be Woody? I'm going DJ Moore. Chimere Turgay, I know Ridley's out, and they released Tyler Lockett, but they still have 2 tight ends they like there in Chickaconko and Gunnar Helm. Chimere DK is fine, and Van Jefferson they like, plus the running backs. It's also just the offense, right? I do like Io Manor. I think Io Manor is a really good upside, but like give me Tez over Io Manor because Tez is going to play 70% of the snaps with Baker right now, and they're going to run the score up if they can. And Malik Washington's the number 2 there. Besides, it's A-Chain, it's Waddle, and then it's Malik Washington. No Darren Waller. I would rather have that situation. And I'm a big Io Manor guy, like for sure. I like Io Manor, but I get that Ridley's out. Schultz, Fannin, or Pitts, or Mason Taylor. It's Schultz, man. Now I'll say this: if we get news that there's no Drake London, I might lean Pitts. Actually, I think I'll go Pitts if there's no Drake London. If Drake London's active, I'm gonna rank it Schultz. Also, they got the Fannin thing if Njoku doesn't play. So let's just say Njoku doesn't play and London doesn't play. You have 3 really good options, and Mason Taylor's not a bad option either. That's a lot of really good options. So, well, that's Blake. That's kind of my point. Is Spencer Rattler is known to throw picks, and somehow he had 1 going into last week, and then he threw 3 last week. So I'm not expecting 3 interceptions from Rattler. Maybe a pick and maybe a fumble. Start Jalen Hurts or Jones, man. That depends on your scoring, dude. I think if it's a 4 for a passing touchdown, you got to go Jalen Hurts. You're getting a tush-push touchdown this week. If it's 6 for a passing touchdown, give me Daniel Jones. No, man. And Blake, I actually like Spencer Rattler coming out of college. I thought he was one of those guys that was really, really experienced. And those guys typically do pretty well. And then he looked bad last year, like that whole situation with Haener and Rattler after Derek Carr got hurt was so bleak. Even though I felt like Rattler showed some flashes, like I like he's an aggressive player. He's pretty scrappy, decent arm, just kind of undersized. But I did like him coming out. And the thing is, they spent up on Tyler Shuck in the 2nd round, and I can't believe they're not playing Tyler Shuck. Clearly, they kind of like Rattler. My question is, you knew that the whole plan for the Saints all along was essentially this was supposed to be. Now, it's not turning out to be as right now. An amazing quarterback class is in 2026. So why did they even draft Shuck? Like, what was the point of drafting a guy, a 25-year-old rookie? I think Tyler Shuck's 25 in the 2nd round. If you're already going to draft a quarterback next year, and you drafted Spencer Rattler the year prior. That's just weird. And they're not going to play Tyler. They're not going to play Shuck. Like, I don't know. It's strange. But yeah, Rattler's earned that job, man. I think he might start all year. And that's correct. It's a bad situation. He has good weapons. I think the play calling's a little suspect. I know Kellen Moore's a stud. It's getting better, but the weapons are fine. I think they're going to trade Shaheed, though. Junk with a kicker question here. It's never Joey Sly, Junk, because Joey Sly gets a lot of opportunities. He's also just terrible. Like, Sly is as likely to make a 50-yarder in terms of like success rate as a 35-yarder. That dude misses extra points and like 40-yarders like nobody else in the league. So he's got a big leg, and they will try 65-yard field goals with him. But if they're going to have any chance of like keeping this game close and contending right now with the juggernaut that is Indianapolis, you can't be kicking field goals. They are 14-point underdogs. Give me Will Lutz. Will Lutz all day. Shaheed's probably going to go because I think they would take like a 4th. I wouldn't trade Shaheed for a 4th rounder. I like Shaheed. Yes, he's coming off a major knee injury. He looks fine. And I think Shaheed's like 25 or 26. Like, he's young, man. He's and so is Olave. So if you're not getting a 3rd round pick, I think Olave should fetch a 2nd round pick. Granted, I guess he's got the concussion issue, like long term. But Shaheed, like, why would you trade Shaheed for a 4th round pick? Are you getting a better receiver next year than Shaheed in the 4th round? Yeah, there's a chance, but I'd say 80% likely you're going to get a worse player. And maybe they don't want to pay Shaheed in 2 years. I like Shaheed. Especially Shaheed fits so well with that team playing indoors. Like, he's just, he's a deep threat out of the slot. I like Shaheed. He can return punts. Just, again, New Orleans, the Saints, their organization's a mess. I don't know what they're doing down there. I don't think they have a plan. I like the hire of Kellen Moore, so, like, they got that step going. They're actually a pretty professional team right now. Their record isn't indicating how well the Saints are actually playing. Now, that's the goal, right? You want your teams that are, tanking to be close. You don't want them to get blown out every game like the Raiders are, but then still lose a lot of games. Jake Elliott or Will Lutz? Will Lutz, man. I think Will Lutz, because Now, I will say this. The Eagles have not been as aggressive on fourth downs as they have been in the past. And, like, that's my problem with starting guys like Bates and on these teams that just, like, go for every 4th and 4 on the 35 they go for. That's my issue is because you're losing on a field goal. So, yes, you're tied to a better offense than someone like a Joey Sly, for instance. But the nice thing about Will Lutz is Sean Payton's pretty conservative on fourth down. So you do have that in your back pocket. I like the fact that that's why the Colts kickers, right? Badgley, that's why the Colts kickers, whoever it is good because they're real conservative. And then obviously they're always in these games winning. They're conservative when it comes to like 4th and 3 on the 30. They usually kick it. So I love that for a kicker. Thank you, Wally. Do we have any news on inactives yet, gentlemen? I'm going to take a little gander right now, but I see Christian Watson. I don't know. I don't really care. He will play. Matthew Golden will play. Wow, that's going to be messy. What do you know? A messy Green Bay receiver room. Surprise, surprise. We need to get I need to talk to Matt. We need to get a Green Bay receiver room meme because those are always really good. Always really good.
Lamar, you ready to play next week?
I don't want to play.
You don't want to play? Why not?
My hamstring hurts.
You sure you're not just sad because we're losing every game?
Mm-hmm.
You want your boo-boo? Yeah, that's leadership.
Ronaldo, Rico or Romeo? What's the scoring on that one, Ronaldo? I would say full PPR, it's got to be Romeo Dubs. Although you do have the other guys back, I don't expect Christian Watson to play more than a handful of snaps, maybe 12 or 14 snaps. And I feel like that's going to directly affect. Now, you have Wicks out as well, so I think that he's going to kind of take the Wicks role. Man, I'm going to go Romeo and PPR. I am tempted to go Rico Dotto. I love his I didn't bet this. I'm going to put my bets up here in a second for those of you that haven't tailed yet. I feel like Rico is going to have it's 10.5 receiving yards and like 1.5 or 2.5 receptions. So I think he's going to have 3 or 4 catches in this game. It appears, but give me Romeo Dubs, who is just scoring touchdowns, especially on primetime games. You know, he's going to catch that little 8-yard slant touchdown. So give me Romeo. Yeah. Tua has an illness, but will still play. You know what I read and what I was thinking is it's kind of a nice excuse to bench him at halftime when he's, 9 for 24 with a pick. That's an excuse, a built-in excuse. Oh, he was sick. No, Tua just sucks. Tua's a bum. Making a lot of money, man. And the fact they paid that guy when they're in-house and they see him, right, in practice, and they see him not be able to do anything off script, and the concussion issue, like, did they feel bad about ruining the guy's head, right? Like, did they feel bad about that? Because why did they pay him? I understand these teams are up against it when you have a franchise quarterback that's 26 years old, 25 years old, a franchise quarterback that you drafted high. You want to keep the asset. I understand that. But in Tua's case, what asset do you have? Because there is no one in the world that's going to trade for Tua right now. Like, the Raiders wouldn't trade for Tua right now. And that's damning. The Browns wouldn't trade for Tua right now. Because the contract, regardless of the contract, you want Tua as your starting quarterback, he limits your offense. He can't do much. He's fucking awful. He's awful. All right, we're going to pop in these bets here for you people. I know there's not many people in here, but we'll pop in the bets, and I'm really, really excited about this Cam Ward bet. I think it's just a fun watch. 4.5 rushing yards. Super excited about that one. Laddering all these quarterback props all the way up, especially Justin Fields. Now, he's gone up to 42 yards, Justin Fields has, but like I just don't see any world where Justin Fields doesn't have 12 rushing attempts in this game. And if they don't give him 12 rushing attempts, if they don't give him 4 or 5 design runs, like, Jets, what are you doing? You have no receivers. He can't throw the ball. I don't even know who the third string quarterback is because technically Tyrod's out. Whoever's behind Tyrod, I don't know who the hell that is. They can't put that guy in. With no receivers, like Justin Fields is your best bet. He is your best weapon right now to possibly win or keep this game close. Justin Fields, 35 rushing yards. Man, I laddered this thing all the way up so many times. I have like 6 different bets, like small, like $3-4 bets on him, like 90, 100, 110 yards. We'll see. I get to see one of these old school Justin Fields games where he just doesn't throw the ball. And I feel like that's probably in the best interest of the Jets. James Cook is probably the one I like the most. The Drake London one's tricky. I could cash that out, but there's a chance he just doesn't play and then the bet's voided. I still have, if he plays and he's not like limited, give me Drake London over 60 yards, man. Now it went down. You can get that at 60.5 yards now. It was 61 when I bet it on Thursday, or maybe it was Wednesday night. And then it went all the way up to 66. And now it's down to 60 because the news of his hip injury. Excited for football today, though, man. Should be a pretty good slate. 7 early games, 7 games at noon. There's only 3 games at 3 o'clock, but I kind of like that because watching Red Zone, you can watch Red Zone, then you can put on whatever the best game is, and you can kind of watch all of the games. So it's a more intimate experience. I don't like the 5 games at 3 o'clock. I like the action at noon, and then to kind of slow down the pace and really focus on some of these teams. Because let's be honest, I watch a lot of film. I still can't watch every second of every game and not do this show 7 nights a week. Also, if you're watching and you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? 7 live shows a week. This community, 5 awesome guests. I do this show solo so I can get through everyone's questions. I could have had a guest on here and get through everyone's questions because it's pretty slow right now. But yeah, what are you doing? Subscribe to the channel. Let's go. We're building some momentum here. I think I have to go Bears D over Bucks, even though we just talked about it. But Huntley sucks. Derrick Henry has to go off today. That's the only way the Bears D doesn't score well. Yeah, 100%. I don't blame you, man. It's a tough call. I mean, these defensive team calls, like, how often does the better, all around real NFL defensive performance translate into the more fantasy points, right? It's not always, it doesn't always correlate. You can have a team that gives up 24 points, but has a pick 6 or a punt return touchdown or the stupid fumble touchdown. It ends up outscoring a team that, only gives up 13 points because they don't really have a lot of turnovers or, sacks and all that. So it's always tricky on defensive starts. It goes hit or miss. For me, I just target the worst offense. And I guess there's the argument that with Tyler Huntley there and no Lamar, they're the worst offense in the Saints. That's the argument. I still think the Saints probably more explosive than the Ravens with Tyler Huntley, but I think they're more turnover prone. Warren or Stevenson today, half PPR. Now, that is a doozy, Murray. That is a doozy, man. Oh, tough matchup for Stevenson. I mean, in theory, in terms of like the defense he's playing, but the game script should be good against the Browns. Warren, I'm going to go Stevenson, man. I think I'm going to go Stevenson just because he's more likely to punch in a short touchdown. And if it was full PPR, I'm definitely going Jaylen Warren because I think he could have 5 or 6 catches. But what do you guys think in the chat? Do you think it's Stevenson or Warren? Like I said, if it's full PPR, I definitely think I prefer Warren. But the half PPR makes it really close. I'm going to go with the touchdown guy and Stevenson. And it just appears they're not giving Henderson any work. And on that take, let's get a little Travion Henderson video because I fucking love these. And yeah, Travion Henderson.
So Trev, we picked you in the 2nd round. You know what that means?
I finally get to run the ball?
Nope. Means we're barely going to use you. You'll underperform, underdeliver. Meanwhile, we'll still win the division the Patriots way. Any undrafted players here want this job? Anybody? Anyone?
Guess I'll start practicing my...
We have Wally says since it's National Tight Ends Day, who's the 5 tight ends getting a TD today? I will look at that in 1 second for you, Wally. We'll figure something out. Blake says without Lamar, they just fucking suck. Houston and LA both had 12 and 16 in those games without Lamar. That was with Cooper Rush, not to defend. Tyler Huntley's not much better. So I get what you're saying. I roll with it. Roll with it. DB says Warren. What's going on, DB? Cleveland's D is tough. The thing is, so are the Packers D. Now, the Packers D has underperformed, like definitely underperforms. I still have some faith there in the Packers D. They're a talented unit. And where you can expose the Packers is through the air. And in particular, like up the seams with wide receivers and tight ends. Not so much with the running backs. That's really tough, man. I think Warren's a safer play. So maybe we go Warren there. Maybe DB had a good point there. Pats play the Browns D. I think Warren, but I don't know. Hard to pick. It's hard. It's really hard. I was just thinking because it's half PPR, I'm looking at who's more likely to score a touchdown. I do still believe that's Stevenson. Just because like they're going to control this game. Caleb or Dart? 6 for a passing touchdown. Give me Caleb. That's for sure. 4 for a passing touchdown. I think we can go Dart. Better rushing upside. His rushing line right now is 42 yards. Caleb's is 16.5. So Yeah, I think Warren has a higher floor. And who knows? Maybe they get Travion Henderson more involved. Maybe Stevenson fumbles. Like there's some a little bit more red flags there with the Stevenson start than there is the Warren start. I have Rico and Zay on my bench. Are they worth a start over my lineup? My lineup is in the Discord. Post that on here so I don't have to go on there, Wally, if you could. Zay's tough, man. Like I prefer Zay. If Zay had Cooper Rush throwing him the ball, I wouldn't have minded Zay as much this week. But Tyler Huntley, man, how many pass attempts is he going to have? I think he's just a check down merchant to tight ends and running backs. So I think that Justice Hill could be a sneaky start in PPR in these trying times in week 8 by Mageddon. But Zay Flowers is just nothing more than like a mid-range wide receiver 3. And Rico is in a committee. So Rodgers is about to go off. Put him in your lineups, y'all. Well, the Packers have been a pretty good matchup for quarterbacks, but I think the Packers have a good defense, man. I really do. DB, what's up, Rob? Blake, Wally, everyone else, what's going on? If you're in here, you're not subscribed, what are you doing? 7 shows a week. This community got to get in on it. Devious, what's up, man? Start 2 PPR, assuming that London plays. London, Olave, Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith has to be there. Devonta Smith for sure. And you know what? As much as I love Drake London, if I have an option like Chris Olave, you have a guy coming in questionable with a hip injury. I don't know how much they're going to need him. Like, give me Olave. I know London has a better chance to score a touchdown. Give me Olave. Give me Devonta Smith. It pains me. I love Drake London. I like Olave, man. I really do. Let's just see what the report says. So if there's any kind of like limitations on Drake London, they say, then you got to go Olave and Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith for sure. So just see what the report says. I hate benching London, though. I do hate it because that's your 2nd round pick, most likely, maybe your 1st round pick. And, Kirk Cousins, I do like London more with Penix, but Kirk Cousins he's probably going to have more catches with Kirk Cousins, but he would have more yards with Penix. Starting Kraft, Kittle, and Swift. Kraft, Kittle, and Swift. I would keep it at that, Wally, for sure. Yeah, keep it at that, man. I know it's starting 2 tight ends stink, but hey, National Tight Ends Day. We love Tucker Kraft from this channel. That is my dude. And George Kittle is definitely due for some nice little check down targets. It came off a zero catch game. National Tight Ends Day. Give me George Kittle. And then DeAndre Swift, you really can't leave him out of your lineup right now. He's playing too well. That run game is humming. And without Lamar there, it doesn't seem like it's going to be a blowout. So I like Swift. Jordan Love struggles bad against AFC teams. Rodgers will have a chance to win a game against every franchise with a win tonight. That's true. And I know, so Blake is a Packers fan. This is a kind of a weird moment for you, man. I know you're going to root for your Packers, but you also love Aaron Rodgers, and I like Rodgers as well. If Rodgers wins, he'll join a list of only 3 other quarterbacks that have beaten all 32 teams. Nice call out there, Logan. The 5th. Wow, that's that many. Colin O'Carroll, what's going on, dude? McLaurin versus KC. Rashid Shaheed against Tampa. McLaurin's first game back from the quad flare. Thank you, Colin. What's going on, man? Is this in our league, Colin? Are you asking me a start sit question in our league? I don't think I'm against you this week because that's low, bro. If you did that. Man, I think it's half PPR if it's the league I'm thinking, or it's your other home league. What do you guys think in the chat? Help me out on this one. McLaurin or Shaheed? I mean, I'm thinking, oh, you're taking on Ben. Okay, good. We want you to win this one. Let's go. That's all you got to say. XFL is our league. That's all you got to say. Now I'm going to really deep dive into this one. I'm going to do research. I'm going to be fucking doing all that shit. Blake, Wally, what do you guys think about this question? McLaurin or Shaheed? Who are you taking? It's half PPR and there's 100-yard bonus. I think Shaheed's the upside shot, man. McLaurin, without Jaden Daniels, Mariota's fine. But you also get Debo coming back in this game. They're going to try to run the ball. They're not going to be able to run the ball. So, man, it's hard not to play McLaurin. You haven't had him all year. But we just saw Kansas City limit the Raiders to 30 offensive plays. 30. That's high school shit. So I think you're probably the favorite too. Fuck, man, if London is out, we got no wide receivers left. Got to put him on IR, Adam. Mooney to the moon. We got a lot of Shaheeds in here. We got Shaheed. We have Shaheed. We like the matchup there with Shaheed for sure. That's a tricky one. That is a tricky one. Yeah, I don't know. That's tough. I'm going to play the Kyler Murray clip because I love it. We call him the Garden Gnome.
Don't pee on me, know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? No, don't do it. Know what I'm saying?
We have any other news dropping, gentlemen? Let's see what I can. I'll read it as it happens. Why is Malik Neighbors having surgery now? What's going on here? What are they doing? That's all I have. I got nothing else. I have a Malik Neighbors blurb about surgery. Like that really helps us this week. Yeah, Blake. We don't know what Terry's going to look like. We don't know what that offense is going to look like. They're going to have to be throwing, but I think if their game plan is to air the ball out with Marcus Mariota, they're in for a long day. I think they're in for a long day in general, but it's tricky, man. You draft McLaurin in the 4th or 5th round, to be our wide receiver 2. And thank you, Blake. Not that it matters, but Shedeur is inactive. I wonder what his interview's like. Is he going to be talking in this one? I'm not a Shedeur Sanders fan. I didn't like him in college. Not so much to play. I just think he's a prick.
London is not playing.
London's out?
Yeah.
I got an update from the wife here. London's out. Well, there goes one of my bets that's going to be voided. So there's now only 4. God damn it, Drake London. Shit. That hurts. I might have to play Tyler Algier now in a couple spots. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Full PPR.
One more thing.
What's up?
I'm gonna feed her. She's hungry.
Okay. I got a question for you guys. Yeah, fuck that, man. I have Drake London everywhere. This sucks, man. AJ Brown out. These injuries are just now. These are just short injuries, right? 1 week. This sucks. Also, I have a season-long bet on Drake London's yards. Screw me. Like fuck me. Whatever. Question for you guys here. Full PPR. I have this same conundrum in 2 of my ESPN leagues. It is a rough situation with buys and injuries. Tyler Algier or Isaiah Davis this week. Full PPR. I had Algier in there for the touchdown potential. And then it's full PPR and all the receivers being out with the Jets. I switched it to Isaiah Davis. So let me know. Give me some votes here. And I might just go one of each, right? This is bad, Adam. I've got London, Pearsall, Evans. Pearsall, that's just so crazy. Njoku active, Mason Taylor active. Chich, yeah, the Bears are a top 10 play without Lamar this week. We were having the discussion, Bears versus Bucks. Bucks are a good play as well against New Orleans. Let me know in the chat, though. We liking Tyler Algier or are we liking Isaiah Davis, full PPR? Tough decision for me. I'm reaching out to you guys. Tough decision for me. Wally says, I think one of each. Can you really trust Fields to throw the ball? No. I think that what they might do is play both running backs at the same time a little bit more because there's no receivers. But Tyler Algier, now that there's no Drake London, I think that kind of changes things for me because you literally have Mooney, Washington, and Pitts. And Casey Washington hasn't done much. So I think that's the call, man. And just give me the touchdown upside there. We have Swift is active. Kincaid is active. Yeah, I know. It's tough because I think that Isaiah Davis might get more work, but give me the touchdown upside. That's a good call. See, this is why. Thank you guys. I have like all these lineup questions. I have 36 lineups with counting my wife's to go through. So I could do an entire segment of my lineup questions. And I actually tend to make better decisions for you guys than myself. Any sneaky suggestions for wide receiver? 0.5 PPR. I already grabbed Mooney, 10-team league. QJ got me. Well, Mooney's the play. Mooney's the play right now because he's getting all the work. And Kirk Cousins loves Mooney. So Jets love to run the ball even if they're down 21. That's true. And they may be down. They might very well be down 21, Wally. It's rough times right now for them. So I'm kind of bummed about the Drake London thing. I got to, refocus, center myself because that one hurts. That one hurts. Coffee is good. Coffee is good. Coffee is good. God damn it, Drake London. I'm pretty salty about that. I'm pretty salty. I'm going to go ahead and post my bets up here for a second. Those of you that are just joining, want to play some bets. So Drake London now is void. So you don't have to worry about the Drake London one. I really did like that bet a lot. So now we're just looking at Fields, Cook, Caleb, and Cam Ward. We got 4 plays today. Love laddering all the quarterback yard. I cannot wait to watch Cam Ward, 4.5 rushing yards. That did go up to 6.5. Now it's down to 5.5. So don't mind that one. I think that's going to be the fun one to watch, man. That could happen in the first drive of the game. It could also come down to the last drive of the game when he has 0. It's going to be really, really fun watch there. That's the kind of bet I like to make. Bills first rounder cornerback out of Kentucky is active. He's a ball hawk. Okay. Yeah, I love the Bills defense this week. I think I like everything about the Bills. This could be a rout. And also that kind of like lends me to liking Rico Dowdle over Chuba Hubbard if I already didn't, before, because I think Rico is going to be playing the passing downs there for sure. And it's a game script kind of thing here. And Chuba's a fine little receiver out of the backfield, but Rico Dowdle has proven to be a better third down back. So yeah, DB, we're just talking about it, man. That's rough. It's rough. I have Drake London in far too many leagues, and it's been kind of inconsistent all year. Had that AC sprain there in week 1, AC joint sprain. Had a couple big games, but same with Nico Collins. Those are 2 guys I was really high on, and they have not performed. And now one of them has a concussion. One of them has a hip injury. Like, what is he, fucking 60 years old, a hip injury? Betty White shit, man. Again, Drake London must be kind of banged up because Drake London's a dog, and that dude plays through injuries, so. Oh, get out of here with this. Let's see, put user on timeouts. 24 hours. There you go. How do I get rid of Jordan Mason? My league mates are not dumb. They know he was never much more than a 12 points per game guy. Now he's going to drop with Aaron Jones. I have no idea what you do, babe. Can you get him out of here? Or her? No, she ate it all. Oh, yeah, I get it. Okay. You can't do much with Jordan Mason, man. At this point, he's essentially Tyler Algier, right? He's a handcuff. And the problem is Tyler Algier is a league winner if there's an injury to Bijan, where like Jordan Mason, we just saw 5 weeks of this, and it was not a league winner. He had 1 good week, 1 decent week, and 3 kind of duds. And he doesn't look good, man. Jordan Mason does not look good. And it's a scheme change, too. We know Jordan Mason was a great fit for the Niners. That Niners one cut scheme, and Jesus, and it's just not great with the Vikings, and he looks bad. So, and Njoku is starting today, man. I have a lot of things to go over, so I'm going to be on here for a little bit longer. I have a lot of things to go over there with. I have some Fannin shares. I got to figure out something, man, because with Njoku playing, I think it's Hubbard. CK, I think it's Hubbard. Man, these injuries, dude. I don't know. I know it's like every year we kind of say this. It's easy to say this, recency bias. Like it always seems worse, right? But I can't remember a year that's just been this wacky with injuries, whether it be season-long injuries, whether it be guys on IR, whether it be just random guys missing 1 game. So much, man. Quarterbacks missing time that are affecting, the Joe Burrow injury, which affected everyone for those 3 weeks. Stuff like that. DB, start Ferg versus Denver or Kittle? We're going Kittle. I suppose, DB, if it's full PPR, I can see Ferguson having 5 or 6 catches. He's going to have more catch-up side than Kittle, but if it's half PPR standard, it's 100% Kittle. And I think you're going Kittle either way over Ferg. Or you could flex one of them, too, if you have a questionable option. It's rough, man, because there's just every year is like this, where if you go through and there's a player in every round almost that's a bust and injured, right? And you could have a team that's literally dead, that is like dead, gone. You got nothing. You're playing waiver wire shit. So there's no team that's really not affected this year. It's hard to draft a team that's not affected by injuries. I've had a couple. Luckily, my $500 league, I'm 7-0, and I had CeeDee Lamb though, so I can't believe I'm 7-0 with CeeDee Lamb. So that was a loss for sure. But I have Javonte Williams and Ibuka and JSN. So like those 3 guys right there have just like you can't beat that team in a 12-team full PPR with a flex. Burrow, Benson, Pearsall, London, Worthy, Evans. Jesus. That's rough. The Benson one, again, I have a lot of Benson too, but it's hard to count that because it was a 1 week thing where like, okay, now we got essentially James Conner, but Benson was like a 10th round pick. So still, though, it does hurt. But the Pearsall thing sucks, man. He just hasn't played. He's played 3 games. Well, 2.5 games technically. Looked fine, but he plays too hard. I'm not high. I mean, Pearsall, you can't do much with him. Doesn't look great. It does not look great. Got to shout out the Patreon members here for a second. We got shout out to CK, Scott, Logan, Mouth, John, Braden, Wally, Cruz, Mark, Jason, Mike Campbell. Shout out to the Patreon guys. If you want to get in the Discord, if you're in here, this conversation, these start sits, these trade questions, all this awesome stuff, 24/7 in the Discord. Link is in the description for the Patreon. Little small donation per month gets you in there. Also, a lot of really other good perks. You know, you want to come on the show. Mark was on the show last night. The super fan of the group. He must be sleeping right now. But yeah, a lot of good perks there, gentlemen. So, you know, what are you waiting for? Cruz is new. Cruz is a new Patreon guy. He's in the Discord. He's been pretty awesome. No problem, DB. All right, sober Rob. Ooh, damn, so I'm drinking coffee, so I'm still jacked up on something. Waddle or Tet full PPR. London is out. I think I'm going Waddle and full PPR, man. It's gross, but they both have good matchups in terms of like game script and like volume. Tet more likely for a touchdown, Waddle more likely for volume, and Andy Dalton's something different there. So now Andy Dalton could be good for Tet. We don't know. That's a really tough one, man. That's literally flip a coin. I would probably go Waddle. One thing about Fannin is in his 2 best games are with Njoku. Correct, man. That is one. That is a nice little feather in our cap, CK. Good call. We got Waddle all day. Well, will Tua be able to see Waddle? I mean, no. He's probably seeing double right now. Brandon, no London, half PPR. DK, Chase Brown, or Pittman. You know, I think I'm going Chase Brown there, man. Half PPR. Good matchup there for Chase Brown. He should be on the field a lot. They should be winning. So give me Chase Brown. I would rank it. Dude, those are all so close because I love DK, but Michael Pittman's so safe. I like Pittman more in PPR, like full PPR. What do you guys think for Brandon's comment here? Give him a couple answers so he doesn't just go on mine because I don't know. I would probably just go Chase Brown. He gets the goal line work. He's going to get majority of the work there. Finally, a game that maybe most likely the Bengals will be winning the whole game. Get a nice full dose of Chase Brown with 18 touches. Marks or Isaiah Davis? We're definitely going Marks here. I am kind of high on Isaiah Davis this week and in general, obviously with the trade rumors there. But this week, I'm going to go Woody Marks. For today, half PPR, Worthy, Franklin, Mims, Booty, Shepard, Burden. I could see the appeal of going one of the Denver guys in this matchup. You got to beat up secondary in Dallas, which is already bad with everyone healthy. But I'm going Worthy, man. It's half PPR. Who's more likely to score a touchdown than a player on the Chiefs right now? It's Xavier Worthy. Full PPR, Kirk versus Miami. Or Fields. Oh, Christian Kirk. Sorry, I was thinking of like Kirk Cousins. Sorry, I was thinking of Christian Kirk. So Kirk versus Miami or Fields versus Cincinnati. What's the scoring on that one? You said full PPR. Is it 6 for a passing touchdown? Brandon, if it's 6 for a passing touchdown, you got to go Kirk Cousins. If it's 4 for a passing touchdown, give me Justin Fields on the rushing upside. I know it's rough, but here's the worry. The worry in the last couple of weeks had been Justin Fields might get benched. He had the concussion issue too. Could he leave the game? Those issues are kind of gone. He's past the concussion, and you have no Tyrod Taylor. So Fields will be playing this whole game. So Wally is taking out the trash. So you're taking out the Tua Tagovailoa. That's what he's doing. He's taking out Tua. That means taking out the trash. Oh, you want to say hi? Oh, come here. Do you want to say hi? Oh, I'm trying to show you my dog, but my new dog, that is. Hey, come on. Can you please get him out of here, babe? He's just freaking out. Her. New dogs, man. It's like having a fucking child. It's Smiley. I don't know what that means. Are you one of those killers from the strangers, the smiley face things. London's out. We know, yeah, we were talking about it. It sucks. I'm pretty fucking pissed about that. Still think Atlanta's defense over the Bucks. Oh, yeah, dude. We're going oh, Smiley, what up, bro? Old friend of mine. We are definitely going Atlanta's defense, dude. Definitely going Atlanta's defense. They're the play of the week, dude. You got Tua, being terrible. He might get benched for Quentin Ewers. Ewers is worse than Tua, I promise you. Ewers sucks. He is terrible. So, yeah, I like Atlanta's defense. 100%. It's 6 points, but dude, I appreciate. This is why I come to you. And for the DK Pittman Brown answer, I was going to go Pittman because Mason got me 1 point. But I get what you're saying. I think the upside shot is Chase Brown, right? Or DK. Like, DK can catch an 80-yard bomb. Pittman's not catching an 80-yard bomb. Chase Brown can get you 2 touchdowns, right? Like, that's the thing. If you need upside, I know Chase Brown hasn't shown it at all, but, like, they've been losing every game all year. They've yet to have a positive game script. So, yeah, I would go Chase Brown personally, man. Brady Cook, rookie out of Mizzou, will serve as Fields' backup. Okay, what is your scouting report, Blake, on Brady Cook? You're our college football guy, especially now that Story's not on the show for today's show. He's not co-hosting. He would give me he would give us a 3-minute little symposium on Brady Cook. So give us your thing. What are your other options, Smiley? What are your other options besides Cincy D? I do like them, but they're just a bad unit. They get no pressure on the quarterback. I mean, I don't know. Justin Fields is going to be running the ball so much. Like, he's not going to throw much, so you're not going to get chances for interceptions. We got Mark in here. What's up, Mark? We missed you, man. You're 48 minutes late to the stream. Mark, I'm kidding. I kept you up pretty late last night. Mark was a guest on the show last night. If you want to go check that out, I know we don't have much time before the games, but Mark's awesome. Cheers. There's got to be a better option. I don't mind Cincy's defense. I feel like they have a good floor. I just don't know what their upside is. Start Justin Fields or Daniel Jones. I mean, this is Daniel Jones. As much as I'm a big Fields guy, we're not benching Danny Dimes right now. No way, no how. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. What do we got?
This is what you do when a player gets a concussion on the field. Put him back in the game? You're fined $200,000. Oh.
It's Sunday! Let's break some stuff!
All right, John, I got a few more minutes here. I'll answer a couple more questions. I have a lot of lineup shit to go through with the updates here. If anyone hears anything in the next 5-10 minutes that I'm not seeing, Trey Hendrickson's playing. Quinn Ewers. Oh, Quinn Ewers is inactive. Wow. So you might have Zach Wilson, the MILF Hunter, making an appearance. Njoku's active. Nothing else of Breece Hall's playing. Nothing else of note I see. Matt Milano is inactive. That's rough. Blake, he's talking about Brady Cook here. He wasn't bad in college. I would say he's probably more reliable passer than Fields. Well, everyone is. He can run a decent bit too. I don't know how he would look in the NFL. Yeah, you can't put a rookie in there as long as Fields stays healthy this game. Diggs or Chase Brown PPR? Give me Chase Brown, Kenneth. Give me Chase Brown in this plus matchup. Finally a good game script for him against the Jets. So give me Chase Brown. I know Diggs. The one upside with Diggs is he has 0 touchdowns this year. I feel like they may try to force feed him in a red zone target or two, but Brown's defense is tough, man. They're very stingy. Give me Chase Brown. Nick Mangold. Holy shit. Is that for real? How old was Nick Mangold? Like 40? 41. Jesus. That's a shame. Much more of a shame than Doug Martin. No offense to Doug Martin, but now that was definitely had to be CTE related, but like he was doing a bunch of crazy shit. But you know what? All I got to say is Aaron Hernandez had stage 2 or stage 3 CTE, and he was 24 years old. Doug Martin was a running back that played 8 years in the NFL, so you know what his brain was probably like. Brick says, I have to sit one. Dubs, Wandale, Schultz, Judy. It's Judy. You're sitting Judy. Judy's terrible. You're definitely sitting Judy. That's a sit of the week, right? It was a soak of the year. He was just asking people for help to donate a kidney for him last month-ish because his kidneys were failing. Damn, man. Damn. That sucks. Ah, Brick got that Seinfeld reference. That's Jean Paul. No, man, it wasn't the snooze. It wasn't the AM PM. It was a separate knob for the radio. Why separate knob? Why separate knob? Yeah, Judy's droppable. I dropped Judy in a league on Friday. And I was like, why am I keeping Jerry Judy? Like, maybe he gets traded, but like Jerry Judy's going to get traded to a like. Let's just say Jerry Judy went back to the Broncos. You're going to trust him? He's essentially the same thing as Troy Franklin, a skinny guy that drops every goddamn pass. All right, if you're in here, you've not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? 7 shows a week, 7 nights a week, about five co-hosts rotating. Usually this is the only show I do solo. You get different takes. The community is what's up. All these guys are amazing. Shout out Blake, media manager. Shout out Mark, Cheerio. Adam. Same, bro. I mean, I get it. I dropped Judy in a 12-teamer with 2 flexes, man. And I guess I have a pretty good team. I just didn't see the upside. I picked up who did I pick up? I think I picked up Devin Neal for him just because I wanted an upside shot. So my team stacked. I was like, what's the point of starting Judy? Like, what's the point? Because I just don't see any chance. Like, it's not like there's Joe Flacco there or a quarterback that could like bring the best out of him, unless you're a Shedeur Sanders fan, which I'm not. Yes, Shedeur Sanders is probably better for the wide receivers there than Dylan Gabriel. I would be better than Dylan Gabriel. He can't throw the ball on field. He refuses to. But I'm not going to put my faith in Shedeur Sanders resurrecting this Jerry Judy renaissance, which we saw last year. It was crazy. But we also saw the first 6 weeks of the year, he was like wide receiver 50. This stupid spam bots, man. Get out of here, spam bots. Get out of here. Why separate knob? Why? Well, he's back. All right, gentlemen, a few more minutes here. Any last questions you have? Again, if you're not in the Discord chat, you got to get in the Discord, and you can ask these questions, not just to me, to my 5 co-hosts, to Blake, to Mark, to all these guys in the Discord. There's 50 of us in there, like 7 different channels of the Professional Fanatics Discord chat. And all day, 24/7, we have people talking football, running things like through each other, betting, all that kind of stuff. So Steelers, Texans, and Bears. Not the Steelers defense. Not the Steelers defense. You can cross them off if that's what you're talking about in terms of starting defenses, CK. I would say Bears and then Texans. I do like the Texans this week. That's a must-win game for the Texans. They are 2-4. If they lose this game, they're 2-5. They're done. So I kind of like the Texans this week. Texans and Bears are close. Definitely not the Steelers. I'll say that. Thank you, Blake. Oh, yeah, and there's a lot of soccer arguments. What did I say? I made a very nice gay porn reference when I said it's the same thing as watching soccer. And Blake probably was very upset about that because he loves soccer. And he hates the NBA. You know what? Rude. NBA is fucking awesome. Should I drop Alvin Kamara or who? No, don't drop Alvin Kamara. No. Alvin Kamara is a top 18 running back, especially with no Kendre Miller. Wait for a big week and then trade him. You can get someone. You can get maybe his own teammate in Chris Olave. You can get, a depreciated wide receiver asset. So you could maybe get Nico Collins. Who knows? Bears are playing the Ravens with Lamar out. That's true. And that's why but I like the Texans like defensive line. So yeah, I think I could see the Bears thing. I just like the Texans defensive line. And their defense is good, man. As long as their offense doesn't put them in precarious situations in terms of bad field position, like they did every drive against the Seahawks last week, I like the Texans defense as not a must start, but I think they're in that territory. You think Mbuko will put up this week? Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great matchup, and they say he's fully healthy. I don't buy that he's fully healthy because he did not look great in that Week 7 game. But no Mike Evans. I think so. Yeah, you're good, Blake. We love you, Blake. Who are some good sleepers you like for deep leagues? I'm going to give you in terms of stashes, Eric. I'm going to give you Jack Besh because Jacoby Myers looks like he's getting traded. That's a good one. Devin Neal, I just mentioned, is in that handcuff territory. I don't think Kamara is getting traded, but now he's the initial backup right now. They already talked about getting him more work. Isaiah Davis for sure, because Breece Hall is probably getting moved. So those are some guys for sure. Isaiah likely should probably be rostered because if the Ravens lose this game, they might trade Mark Andrews because they might be, 1-6. So Isaiah likely would be a good tight end stash. Don't like stashing tight ends typically, but that's a good one. Brashard Smith, nice one there from Blake. If Kareem Hunt gets re-injured or, we see this week another uptick in Brashard playing 50% of the snaps. Let's say they start phasing out Kareem Hunt and it just becomes a Pacheco, Brashard Smith tandem there. I would, in PPR especially, almost prefer Brashard Smith. We've seen Jerick McKinnon be a startable dude week in, week out in fantasy with Patrick Mahomes. So, yeah, a couple good names there for you. And again, Eric, get in the Discord chat, and we will be talking about this shit all day long. I just traded Dart, Scat, and Scary Terry for JSN. So I'm guessing Dart was your backup, so that's really nothing. So Scat and Scary Terry, I'm down with that. I think it's a good trade for both teams because if he needs depth, like Scatterbo is a top 14, top 15 option rest of the season. I still think Scary Terry will be a top 24 wide receiver, but JSN's a top 3 receiver right now. So, yeah, man, I'm down with that, especially if it's a 10-team league. If it's a 10-team league, you smash that trade. If it's a 12-teamer, I still think you won. I'll say that. All right, gentlemen, I got to get to my lineups here. I have an hour before kickoff. I have 25 lineups to go through, and just with the Drake London news. I'll answer a few more questions. Some of you new guys just got in here. I'll stick around if you have any, pertinent, important questions. Definitely subscribe to the channel. And like I said, you got to get in the Discord, gentlemen. And that is going to, we have 24/7, all this kind of thing with this chat all day, all night. You got to get in there. That's what's up. So any last questions, I will read them and help you in the chat. Will help you as well. Mooney or Golden, or it's not Golden. I say Mooney. Give me Mooney. Mooney or Chuba. Chich, it's in the description of this video. It's the Patreon link. So, or it's in the channel description. So just hit that up. You'll see all the options. It's $5 a month. And you get other stuff too as well with that. If you want more, if you want to play fantasy leagues with us, I'll show you here. If you want to play this is just some of them, man. Some of them right here. If you want to play fantasy leagues with us, if you want to be on the show, all that kind of stuff. Wish me luck. Hey, Tajay Spears is a fine start, man. I don't mind Tajay Spears. Let's see. Mason Taylor or Ingram. I think, I like Mason Taylor. I think I'm going to go Ingram. He's been kind of performing recently. I love that matchup. I think he's got more likely to score a touchdown as well. I'm being killed by buys. Should I start Bourne over DJ Moore? No, DJ Moore. Kendrick Bourne, like you got Kittle back. You have Juwan Jennings looking better. Give me DJ Moore. I know it seems gross, but yeah, give me DJ Moore. Yeah, Chich. Hopefully I see you in there, man. I'll get the email notification if and when you sign up for the Patreon. I'll send you that Discord link today within 30 minutes after you sign up. And get in the community here. And I'm telling you, there's 50 people in there now, and it's popping, dude. My bets are killing. I am 32-16 on NFL props. Started the NBA season. I am 7-1 to start out on these prop bets. So I do release videos on these bets the night of, typically a couple hours before, but I release the actual bets in real time on Discord 2 days ahead of time, 3 days in NFL, and then the morning of the NBA game. So you get the proper over under totals, right? The proper yardage or points totals, opposed to waiting, and then they usually go up. So good luck, CK. Yeah, he likes that little bet. Good luck, CK. Well, I'll be talking to you in the Discord, buddy. I feel good about this week for some reason. The best I've felt about my team in a long time. It's only because Gatson started out so good. Saquon and Devontae going to go off, hopefully. And yeah, I mean, I know you had a rough start to the year, Blake. So it's never over, man. You have to win this week. You have to work to win this week. Wally says it's worth it. Well, thank you, Wally. You're the man. Thanks, man. That's what I thought, but I love your advice. Well, I appreciate you, man. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel and you can come on here 7 days a week. We're doing these live streams, different guests every night. Typically you get different perspectives. Also the chat and the community is what's up. I got another bot in here, man. These things are fucking killing me. God, I hate them. Get out of here. Kirk and Mooney to the moon. Well, I'm anxious to see Kirk Cousins today. Let's see what he has. We will see. Okay, I have like 3 minutes left. 3 minutes. Any last questions? I will stay on. I got to cram all my lineups here in the next little bit and maybe eat a little bit of breakfast. My fat ass needs food. You know that. Pretty good stream, though. Appreciate you guys. Tonight, 10:45 Central Time, usually 20 minutes after the game is over. Sunday night game, we will do our recap show. That is usually a 2 or 3 hour show. Still figuring out who the guest is going to be, but always a fun time. So, Otten, Bucks D, and Pinheiro. You guys love Pinheiro. Yeah, Otten and Bucks D, that's a nice combo, too. Mooney or Keon Coleman. It's Mooney, man. It's got to be Mooney. Keon Coleman, I do like him this week a little bit, but he's going to have a lot of Horn on him. Horn is a tough matchup there, and that's not saying he's going to get shadowed, but Horn's not going to travel to the slot to guard Shakir. He's going to be outside, and every time Keon Coleman's lined up on that side of the field, it's going to be JC Horn. Not an easy matchup. I do like the Bills to crush them, but that's going to be more through the ground. Now, Keon Coleman can catch a touchdown or bomb. Darnell Mooney's going to get volume. I want volume. I want Darnell Mooney. That's my answer there. All right, I appreciate all you guys. A couple of you guys subbed in this video. I do appreciate that. Last couple minutes here. Any last questions? I'll answer 2 or 3 more questions, and I got to get to my lineups, gentlemen. And then I'm excited for football today. It seems like a good day. There's not a lot of weather concerns in the games, which is nice. Last week we had a couple weather games. I hate weather games because, like, think about it. That Browns game, supposed to have 50-mile-an-hour winds. The wind actually wasn't even that bad. It wasn't even that much of a factor. So I just definitely hate starting kickers in bad weather. So it seems like a pretty good day today for football all around. And, obviously not many games today with all the buys. This is the hardest week, gentlemen. Week 8 is the hardest week with all these injuries, with all the teams on bye. Tough week. It's going to get better, man. Mark stuck playing Rodgers. Somehow claimed Caleb ahead of me. Someone came. It's okay. Rodgers is okay. He's going to put up numbers. 100%, man. Like I said, I'm glad I canceled that Jerry Jeudy bet because of the weather. But that really scared me off and spooked me. But yeah, this week it's not a lot of wind, not a lot of rain, a lot of dome games, and then there's obviously the 6 teams on bye. So, but you know what? Going forward, the weather games will be an issue here once we get to week 11, week 12. Thanksgiving-ish. That's when it happens. All right, gentlemen, I am signing off. Again, if you have not subscribed to the channel, do that. If you want to get in the Discord, link for the Patreon in the description. Also in the channel description, if that link doesn't work for some reason, you got to get in there. Join this community. Thank you, Blake. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, CK. Thank you, Wally. Appreciate all you guys. Missing anyone? Yeah, appreciate all you guys. Can't wait to watch football today. We'll talk to you guys in the Discord. And, have any questions there, hit that up. Love you guys. Stay positive. Be respectful. Love your life. And let's enjoy some football today. Peace, gentlemen. 10:45 Central tonight for the stream. Special guest. I don't know who it's going to be, but it'll be fun. 10:45 p.m. Central for the recap show, the Sunday recap show. We'll see you then.